Good morning. It is Sunday morning here at the Austin residence, and I'm going to make a video today about a lot of stuff that's happened this week. The boys are playing tag in the background, and George is in his walker. So he's not really sure what's going on, but the other two just keep tagging him, and then he chases them. And if this is your first video of mine that you're watching, I like to talk about gardening stuff. And this week I'm going to be talking about all kinds of just nature-oriented stuff that happened this week. The first thing we're going to talk about is birds. There's a lot of birds out right now. Of course, it's springtime. And I found this app called Merlin. And I'm going to put the little logo thing in the corner so you can see it. But basically, it helps you identify the birds that are in your area. And if you click on Sound ID, it records the birds playing. And maybe I'll play like a recording right here. And then what happens is the birds that are chirping will pop up on the screen. And then every time one starts singing, that bird will the background will light up yellow so that you know what birds you have. And so that's pretty interesting. And then the other thing is we did have, I think it was Tuesday, 2 birds flew into the window, which was unpleasant. And so what you can do is either keep your curtains closed, keep your windows dirty, or you can do what I did. I bought these window clings that are super cute. I got them on Amazon. I don't know if you can see them. There's like butterflies and leaves and dragonflies and mushrooms and all kinds of stuff. And you make sure you read the instructions. If you buy these, you spray the smooth part with water and then stick them to the window. And then the birds will know there's a window there instead of just seeing the reflection of the forest and the sky and then crash into it.
Where's the dragonfly?
I think that dragonfly is already on that window. Oh, you can see, open that curtain. Can you open the curtain so I can show them the window clings? Open it up. Yeah, that's what they look like when they're on the window.
I love them.
I know, they look kind of like rainbowy. They have like little rainbow colors in them, so they're pretty.
It's like one of these glass.
Like stained glass?
Rainbow.
Yeah, it is like stained glass.
I see some rainbow.
You do?
I see a lot of rainbow.
It is so beautiful.
I'm gonna crash.
Okay, everybody quiet. The third thing that's happening is every time I've been out to the yard so far, there's been a cardinal or a pair of cardinals. I feel like they're usually in pairs. Yes, Chase?
So, wait, are you okay?
Okay.
Wait, Mommy, okay?
Okay.
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 Wait, Mom.
Oh, sorry. Did I say it too many times?
Wait, Mommy, okay?
Okay. There's a pair of cardinals, and I thought we have a burning bush on the corner of our house, and the bush kind of covers the master bedroom windows. And I kept thinking, first I thought, oh, it's good luck, blah, blah. It's like a spirit. I don't know. And then I was like, or maybe there's a nest in there. So then I peeked into the burning bush. I'm sorry, I'm catching a cold. So I sneaked a peek into that burning bush, and in the way back, they are building a nest, and I'll put a picture of it, but it's under the eaves, which is smart because they'll be pretty dry. And then that burning bush has gotten way out of hand. So it's impossible to get to that nest. But we can see it from our bedroom window is the best view for us because it's almost up against the house. So that's exciting, and I can't see, no matter, I mean, they're always close, and then as soon as I pull out my phone to take a picture of these birds, it's like they know, and so they fly off. But so I did check CCTV because we have a camera right there, and so I got this picture of the male leaving the nest. And then I'll keep an eye on that nest. I don't, Chase stood up on our dresser to see if there was eggs in it, and he said there aren't any eggs yet. I think they're still building it. But I did go outside, and when I was looking at it, they were chirping pretty loudly at me. They did not want me near that, so I'm going to try to leave that alone. Okay, the next thing that happened, that's all the bird stuff, I believe. Yes. The next thing that happened is that we have a black bear. Oh, and that's the other thing. I don't have any bird feeders out right now. You're not supposed to have bird feeders out. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I've found that everything eats the bird food except for the birds. So until I can get that sorted out, I'm not going to have feeders. A bear, I had one. I put a shepherd's hook, you know, those shepherd's hook, that's what they're called, in the garden last year, and I put that inside the garden fence, and the bear, like, it was just deer netting, so the bear went through it and really bent the crap out of that shepherd's hook, which was like not expensive but not nothing, and siphoned all the bird seed out of there and ate all that, and then left a big poo in the backyard that was filled with bird seed. And then I had those squirrel-proof feeders, or like the finch feeders, the long ones, and I hung that up, and the deer came and siphoned, like, shotgunned the food out of it. And I have that on CCTV back. So I was like, I think I did put up a galvanized steel large gauge fence this year. That's should be up all year. It's more permanent, so I might put feeders up in the middle of the garden, but they're not necessary. There's plenty of stuff for birds to eat, especially on our property, because we let things kind of go wild and crazy. So there's plenty of seeds and stuff. It's not necessary, but I do like having feeders, so maybe I'll try it again in the middle, since it's not deer netting now. It's like a steel fence. So there's that. Yeah, so anyway, so we have a black bear, and our black bear, or we have had several. I think last year or the year before was the year we had a mama bear and her 3 cubs come through, and then, which is funny because it was right before I found out I was pregnant with George, who is our 3rd cub, right there. You can hear him. And then, so I'm not sure if this is a cub. I'm not sure how fast they grow. I think they grow pretty fast, but he basically ran through the backyard. I caught him first on my game cam, which is broken now, but I have that photo, and then he came trotting through the backyard. We do throw our compost in the woods. We have a neighbor that feeds the animals. He's older, and I think I've heard that he's been fined a few times for feeding the animals, and he just continues to do it. So I'm not really worried about our compost pile. But however, we are almost done the chicken coop, and so I'm thinking we could get 4 pallets or 5, and I could just make a box and just start throwing our compost in there, especially with the chicken poop and the... All right, so the other thing that happened was... Wait a minute. Now I've lost it. Oh, I had my first plant sale. That was it. Okay. So I sold some heirloom tomato plants, some pepper plants, and Brussels sprouts and cabbage. That Brussels sprouts and cabbage I've been working on for a while. I've never started those before because we don't really eat that much, although we should, because I'm Polish, so I feel like I should eat more cabbage. It would benefit me to grow some cabbage. And then I've had Brussels sprouts. I've made Brussels sprouts at work. Let's see. I made Brussels sprouts at work and I just roasted them. And then with some craisins and oil and salt and pepper probably. And then when they came out, you threw in some like bacon and maple syrup. And those were pretty good. And sunflower seeds possibly. It was really good. And so I might put those in the garden because I have extras, but I was able to sell those. And then I also threw in a free basil plant. So that was exciting for me. And then I did email the guy and I was like, if you get any harvest or anything, can you please, take pictures and send them to me? Because I'd like to see harvest pictures. That would be pretty cool. The other thing that's happening is there's a lot of spring flowers in bloom, like shrubby type flowers. Roses are coming soon, not quite, but I have a couple buds, and then lilacs are almost in full bloom. And then I have I think it's called mock orange, which is like a shrubby plant I got from my dad. It grows super fast and the flowers smell really, really good. So I want to try to make perfume. I guess all you need are your flowers and then vodka. And then as a preservative, you can use grapefruit seed extract. So I'm going to try that, and I'm going to buy some little bottles. And then I also want to make kombucha. I usually brew kombucha this time of year, and I want to try dandelion kombucha and lilac kombucha. And I think I've made rose kombucha before, and it was pretty good. And then I do want to kind of try dandelion wine, which I've never had. So that's that. And then the next thing, the chickens. Oh, good Lord. So our chicken coop is almost done. Can you get down, please? Our chicken coop is almost done. The chickens are getting really smart. They spend almost all day outside. If we're home, they spend the day outside. They're like right now they're in the garden, so they're kind of fenced in, but they're not usually, and they all stay together and under some shrubs. Today we had a stray cat come and try to separate them and was pretty successful, and I thought we'd lost two, but two wandered up the bank in our backyard, so I just stood at the bottom of the bank and shook their food bag, and they came right back down. Then what they do is when it gets to be nighttime, they'll go up onto the back porch and peck on the door if they're ready to come inside. So that's pretty cool.
No, all the way.
Yeah, they were all the way up the bank. Yeah. So pretty far. And they're shorter than all the weeds, so I couldn't see them at all. The other thing is the garden. I have Chase is going to show you his Lego guy. The other thing I have is the garden needs to be weeded. It's been rainy and the weeds have gotten out of hand and things are popping up faster than I'm ready for them to pop up. And this asparagus came up, and I have a picture of Chase holding the asparagus. It's taller than he is, and it has little asparaguses coming off of it. And then the last thing is Arlington, the school where I work out, is having an open house this week. Thursday, I think it's Thursday. It's the 23rd from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. So 5 hours. And the kids are selling crafts that they made. Some of the girls have made jewelry. There's like beaded bracelets, earrings. They're raffling off artwork of your pet. Like they'll do a pet portrait. And then what else are we selling? Fried dough is in there. We're going to be selling chili. I'm making chili with my coworker. And then we're also selling, I've heard things about whoopie pies, cookies, things like that. And I might bring some plants and try to sell some plants too at the open house. So if you want to come check out the Arlington School, you can do that from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the 23rd. Yes.
Okay. Archer
What is
made
that?
a scorpion.
Oh, Archer made a scorpion. That's a scorpion. That's very inventive. Very good. It does look like, because it has a claw thing on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it for this week. Pretty soon I'm gonna I do want to get some weeding done in the garden and then get some plants in, and then I think I'm gonna do a garden tour, so we'll be outside. But that's it for today. I think people are getting kind of restless, so I'm gonna go now. Okay, everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.